Hello everyone, in this video I'll be breaking down the best mods of the week in Baldur's Gate 3's mod manager. This is for the week of February 16th to 22nd, and what's huge about this is we got ourselves 8 new class mods, which is the most class mods that I've seen in a single week get released. So we're on to some good stuff here, and I'll be breaking down all of those mods in this video. Now, the first one I want to talk about is really exciting for me as a fan of Dragon Ball Z. We got ourselves the monk subclass Way of the Turtle Hermit. Now, if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, you'll know exactly what this means. We haven't actually gotten any DBZ mods in Baldur's Gate 3 outside of Nexus mods, and those haven't been updated for a while. So this one's really exciting. It's a subclass for the monk here. I'll break this down a little bit in further detail. And we also got ourselves the Thundercaller, which is a very interesting thunder-based class with 4 subclasses. We don't get a lot of thunder-based classes, so this one is exciting. So as you can see here, the Thundercaller comes with 4 different subclasses: the Amplifier, the Echo Ioladen, I butchered that, I'm sorry, Sonic Controller, and the Thunderer. So this is focused around thunder damage, obviously, and what's nice about this is you got some different options. Like the Amplifier has your throw voice. Throw your voice booming out from a position you can see, taking must succeed a Constitution saving throw or take 2 to 16 thunder damage to be thrown 5 meters. This also gives you an amplified shot, which fires 3 beams of concentrated energy doing thunder damage each. And the sensory overload. Targets afflicted with reverberation are easier to hit and less likely to succeed on their saving throws against you. So obviously, reverberation is going to be huge on these. The Echo Ioladen, I might have pronounced that right. Throwing weapon specialist with high multi-target damage. Thrown weapons return to the user, which is a really nice thing to see. Nyrulna does that and also does thunder damage, so it would have been a perfect weapon if not for these benefits. All throwing attacks use your dexterity. All throwing attacks proficiency damage come from dexterity. As you can imagine, this one's all about throwing, so it comes with the different fighting styles that you can choose from. It's more of a melee fighter, thrower. The Sonic Controller, oppressive control mage that can buff allies and debuff enemies, giving you the sonar. If an enemy has a stack of reverberation, the caster gains sight of the target and can target them with advantage. So stacking reverberation is huge, and there's a lot of ways that we can do that, so this is really fun. And the Thunderer, close quarters damage dealer who specializes in locking down close targets and shading damage. Gets Thunder Wave. This subclass feature predictive strikes. Attack rolls use your intelligence modifier instead of strength or dexterity. And this also gives you a choice in its fighting styles, but also gives you the concussive strikes. Bonus thunder damage equal to intelligence modifier with all attacks. It was pretty cool. So yeah, I'll break these down in further detail in another video, but I love seeing more thunder builds because I'm a big fan of the elemental damage types, and thunder is the one that gets the least love. So this was really exciting. But I do want to show off the Way of the Turtle Hermit monk here just quickly. So what this ends up having is you got yourself the Ki Blast doing thunder damage and radiant damage, converting your ki into a light bolt and hurl it at your enemy, inflicting reverberation for 2 turns on hit. There's also a bonus action version of that for the Ki Blast, very similar to Dragon Ball Z. Vanishing Step lets you teleport. Blinding Flare, blind all creatures in front of you. It's pretty cool. And you also get yourself After Image, which increases your armor class by 9, similar to the other version of that mirror image. So yeah, this class is pretty fun because if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, being able to use some of these attacks that fit thematically within the world are nice. You get the stunning strikes, you get your classic bonus action or bonus attack. At level 6, you get the Psychic Strike doing 3d8 force and 3d8 psychic damage. Release a mental wave of energy that pushes away all creatures. 3 key points. Evil Containment, banish your target to the inside of a small container. A bonus action, 2 key points. And then you also get the Inner Strength, given a +2 to armor class, advantage on dexterity saving throws, and doubling your movement speed. Attackers have disadvantage on attack rolls against you, unless they do not rely on sight or can see through illusions. So this says it lasts until long rest. When it ends, you get lethargic. I forgot to mention you also get an extra action. So this is basically the haste spell, but using 3 key points as a bonus action. So it is strong, obviously. But that's kind of what a Saiyan should be like. So yeah, that's a nice benefit that we do get. And then as we continue to level up here, you get to see that we also get an extra bonus action and the Hardened Skin. So through meditation, you learn to channel your ki, hardening it like iron. Hits that deal less than your wisdom modifier cannot damage you. So protect yourself from like hits of 5 or below. You also get the Obliterating Flash doing 48 plus 10 thunder and radiant damage, and it badly burns all creatures in the path for 2 turns. So you can apply the burn status with that. And as you continue to level up, you get the regular old monk abilities. And then at level 11, you get the Demon Ray doing 46 plus 40 force and necrotic damage, which basically disintegrate. And the Indomitable Spear, become unstoppable, reduce the next The next damage taken to 1 and consume 1 charge of unstoppable. You cannot be moved by external forces, mundane or magical. The next time damage would reduce you to 0. It'll left you conscious with 1 hit point left. Unstoppable. Yeah, that's good. Enough said. And yeah, that's the way of the Turtle Hermit. I think that that's an awesome mod because I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball Z, and I know a lot of others are as well. So the Thundercaller mod was made by Lyricos here, as well as the Monk class was made by Lup _. So next I want to show off the Eldritch Warrior class. So this is like the Warlock, but it's more so focused on melee attacking. So with the Eldritch Warrior, you get the actions Eldritch Bracer, Swiftness, spend 1 Eldritch point to get disengaged as a bonus action. And as a class feature, you get the favored weapon. So your connection to the pack weapon extends to other weapons of a similar type. Favored weapons can count as packed weapons, and some gain pack bonuses. So you get to choose an axe, trident, glaive, or sword. So I'll just kind of show off this. And you get the summon pack sword weapon and pack ability sword. So reposition with teleportation. You got your classic ability score points there. And so yeah, you got that astral sword that you can summon in here. And you can see there it is on the back. And from that weapon, it's just a pack bound scimitar there. But yeah, as we continue to level up with this, it's more of a melee focused Eldritch kind of build. So you get the Eldritch Bracers reinforced, spend 1 Eldritch point to get 12 temporary health points. So again, focus on being melee focused. You get the Eldritch Smite as weapon damage plus 1d4 necrotic. And there's an action and a bonus action and an Eldritch point. You also get to choose, I guess, different subclasses. So there's the Mark of the Magi here, which is more so a spellcaster. You get the Eldritch Restoration and restore your spell slots. You get to choose 2 cantrips, and you also get to choose a class passive. When it gives +3 armor class, this one gives you an ability to cast a spell for free, and you get the luck giving you a saving throw, and then shield gives you the shield spell. So yeah, this is pretty fun. The Mark of the Blade, though, giving you that Eldritch Smite is pretty nice. And then you can add in extra benefits here, like the Duelist. While wielding your pack weapon, melee attacks are made against you with disadvantage. Leech, when you reduce a creature to 0 health points, you gain charisma modifier, temporary health points. Thorns, so whenever you gain 2 to your armor class and deal necrotic damage when getting hit with a melee attack, which is actually really nice. And reflection, reduce the damage of an incoming cost of an attack, and your next attack will deal bonus damage because of that. So those are some nice abilities there, and something you don't actually see in other class mods, which I think is kind of nice to see. At level 5, you get that extra attack. You get the Eldritch Mark. So mark a target. Your attacks will deal additional necrotic damage to it, and they get disadvantage on their Constitution saving throws, meaning you're more likely to break their concentration. The Unchained Warrior cannot be slowed down by difficult terrain. And then once we get to level 7, we get the subclass feature, cannot be charmed or frightened. Makes sense. And then at level 8, we get ourselves another feature. At level 9, we get another class passive, and you get a lot more options this time. You get some from the others, so you can even get like the shield spell if you wanted to, giving you a lot of tankiness, which is cool. I like that option, just be really open with what you can take. And then you get a subclass feature level 11. So when you're wielding your packed weapon, you can strike back against enemies that hit. That's nice. It's basically giving you a free reaction opportunity attack. So yeah, it's really, really fun. I like any type of class that's a little different from the rest, and that one is definitely, it says it's like the Warlock, but as you can see, it's got its own thing going for it. So that mod was made by Street Saint there, and we also got ourselves next the Astral Mariner here, which comes with 3 different subclasses as well. So this one is a spellcaster, and you get to choose a mastery of the stars, moon, or void. So you get options and cantrips as well as your spell slot selections here. So yeah, it's got some good options, and then you got your ability scores. You can't actually have the bonuses there, but you can add your skill proficiencies. So yeah, that's one thing that's just, I guess, probably a work in progress to get this get all the kinks worked out. Once we get to level 2, another spell slot choice, and then once we get to 3, we get to choose our subclass, and this is where you get to choose between the Star Mariner, the Moon Mariner, or the Void. So I'll just go to the Void there. You get to choose some spell slot selection. That does change depending on the subclass that you do choose, so I like when classes do that, giving you an option to select different spells depending on what you go with. And then you got that open pool of spells here for selection. Once we get ourselves a level 4, we do get some subclass features down the road. So as you can see, you get some awesome spells like Cone of Cold, Ice Storm in that one as well, Blight. So it is quite powerful in terms of what spells you do get, but I don't think it's fully complete as of yet because there's still much more to be added. But it was really nice. It's nice to see this and where the bones are for this mod, because it's going to obviously have more updates as they talked about in the mod description. But yeah, pretty good spell selection. This mod was made by the tiny developer here, so yeah, just another good class mod. And moving on to the next one, we got ourselves the ninja with subclasses. Now this is cool. I previously covered the shinobi class one. You can tell where that's from. This one is also quite similar. We got ourselves the different subclasses. We got the Hyuga clan, the Uchiha clan, and the Uzumaki clan. So versatile fighter who uses companions to assist in combat. This one, the Uzumaki, comes with the ranger's companion. You should use the frog. Uchiha, a fighter that relies on illusions to confuse and harm enemies. So it gives you like vicious mockery and the friend spell. And the Hyuga, a melee fighter with the ability to heal in combat, and it gives you the Disciple of Life. So pretty cool. I like Naruto quite a bit, so I'm a fan of this mod, much like I'm also a fan of the Dragon Ball Z mod. So two big anime mods here in 1 week. That's pretty cool. So going over this a little bit in detail, we got ourselves on our movement on this class. So yeah, it's each of these subclasses is flavored like a Naruto character, so it's pretty cool, but they all come with their own features like dark vision and different spells that you get to select. So as you continue to level up, you can continue taking more of these spells, and each of the subclasses does have their own like distinct way of playing. So this one gives you the Companion's Bond, similar to the Beastmaster. You also get the Blind Sight, which you can perceive your surroundings without relying on sight. It also gets the Evasion ability, so you can take half damage from spells, and then also Exceptional Training, giving you dash, disengage, and help as bonus actions. So yeah, you also get, from the Naruto one here, you get some pretty good ones. You get Minor Elemental and Woodland Being, once you hit level 7. Two of my favorite spells at level 4. Class feature, upon taking damage, become invisible. In the next turn, you can cast Misty Step, so nice little teleportation jutsu. You also get a feat every 2 levels. It's something I should just point out right now. So if you don't like high amounts of feats, I mean, you can always just go for one of the lesser useful picks there. But we also get like Insect Plague and Conjure Elemental, which are 2 very powerful spells as well. At level 10, increased movement speed. So it has some of the benefits of the monk, but a lot of the benefits of spell casting too. And level 11 subclass feature, you get the ability for your companion to do a 3rd attack now. And then you also get some of the spells like Create Undead and Disintegrate there. So yeah, the Uzumaki class is more so focused on the companion side of things. So yeah, there's no frog. There's a spider though, I guess that works. The Find Familiar gives you a frog, so yeah, you can kind of pretend that way. But you do get a lot of summons, and this class is mostly focused around summons, so you get a lot of fun things, and you can get it there and attack. You get the Weapon Bond as well, and you can do Chromatic Orb, a whole bunch of other spells. So yeah, that is the Ninja mod made by Mods by Missy. So yeah, that is pretty cool. So yeah, we also got ourselves the Sky Jumper, which is a fighter subclass, allowing you to jump around, do the Skyfall Leap subclass feature. Unfortunately, it's not showing up for me, so I still want to highlight this one though. I got all my classes, got the Shield Master, and then all the 5e subclass by Sumer Dagnoth here, the Green Knight and the Blood Archer. Don't know why it won't show up here, but I do know some of them overwrite each other. So in this mod as well, you get the Skybound Strike, so your jump distance increases 1 meter by every 2 levels, allowing you to soar across the battlefield with ease. You get the Elusive Motion, your constant movement makes you near impossible to pin down, do not proc opportunity attacks. Skyborne Resilience, no fall damage, no matter the height, pretty nice. And you also get a Shove attack there, so we'll click on that. The Push Attack Charger, so you can charge forwards and push them backwards. And then the same thing with an attack, so you can do the Rush attack from your weapon. So similar, it can give you a push. You get the Groundbreaker, whenever enemies fall, attacks against prone creatures automatically deal critical hits, which is actually kind of crazy. Then you also get the Momentum. Momentum is a resource used for a Skyfall Leap. It does reset on kill. And then finally, we get ourselves the Skyfall Surge. Every kill fuels your Ascent. Upon slaying an enemy, you can regain all momentum, ready to leap into the fray once more. So this is a good class if you like jumping around. I love playing the Barbarian or the Monk and jumping, so this one is kind of cool in that regard. It allows you to do it as a fighter. So that is really fun. Might even go good with the Brutal Leap Boots. So that's a fun one. I'm also having an issue with the War Magic Wizard subclass. This one's made by Incognito Burrito. You may know them for the Order Domain Cleric, but we also get the Arcane Deflection with the War Magic. So you've learned to weave your magic and fortify yourself against harm. When you're hit with an attack, you use your reaction to gain a +2 armor class or a +4 that saving throw. When you use this feature, you cannot cast spells or other than cantrips until your next turn. So only cantrips for you. You also get the Tactical Wit. Your keen ability to assess the tactical gives you a bonus to initiative equal to your intelligence modifier. Power Surge at level 6. So you can use, if you successfully interrupt a spell, counter spell, or remove curse, you gain 1 Power Surge charge, which you can use to empower some of your harmful spells, dealing additional force damage equal to half your wizard level. You can also have a number of these charges at one time equal to your intelligence modifier. You just set to 1 charge at the end of a long rest. So it's a new resource that allows you to power up your spells with force damage. You also get the durable magic when you're concentrating on a spell. You get a +2 to saving throw and armor class. Then you also get a deflecting shroud. So when you use your arcane deflection, you can deal force damage equal to half your wizard level to all creatures within 9 meters. And then homebrew features, they're working on more of them. So yeah, Incognito Burrito did it again with another awesome class mod, the War Magic Wizard. So yeah, it's great for those that like the wizard. Now, another class, I'm just going to quickly touch on this. This is the Omnipotent class. So with this one, it's meant to be overpowered. That's the whole thing with this class. So it gives you a 30 to every stat. Every ability check is a natural 20. Gain proficiency in all weapons, armor, skills, and tools. Triple jump distance, no movement restrictions. So you can do everything with this class. You also get overpowered chain lightning that bypass resistances. Magic missiles that does massive force damage. Power word kill, which can ignore all resistance. It just takes out enemies. The strongest greater invisibility, immune to divination. And yeah, it just goes on and on. This is basically meant to be an overpowered class. I know people were actually asking for this, so I just wanted to cover this. Not something I'll personally use. I don't love breaking the game with the super overpoweredness, but it's something there for people that want to do it. But I guess now we're getting into some of the non-class based mods. So there's actually quite a few classes, as I mentioned, and I talked about classes, but there's a bunch of subclasses for those too. Like the Thundercaller had 4 subclasses, the Ninja had 3. So the next mod I want to highlight is the Evelyn's Monarch. So this is a grenade launcher made by Skirby. You definitely know Skirby. They've made a lot of mods: the Dark Urge Slayer equipment, the hand cannon, the Dark Set, the Viper Carbine, Slayer Warglaves, and now they got ourselves Evelyn's Monarch, made in collaboration. It was a commissioned mod for Morgana Evelyn here, and it does exactly what you can see here. It's a grenade launcher, so that's pretty cool. Big thumbs up for me because I like things that go boom. So yeah, they also have some really awesome pictures for this. So yeah, this is awesome. I love getting more of these mods in Baldur's Gate 3. Could work great for an artificer. You can kind of use the headcanon that they came up with this new grenade launcher thing. So it works. It works. This is cool. So yeah, that's another one. We also got ourselves Poisey Libre's Dark Urge Scale Collection. This is for those Dark Urge fans out there, or even just Dragonborns. Lots of cool ability, or lots of cool cosmetic looks here. So you got some metallic looks, got some gloaming looks, inverted classic Dark Urge, marrow. Yeah, it goes on and on. Rancid blood. These look really nice. So it's focused on textures rather than colors. There's 7 different colors, and each one has 14 different textures. And yeah, this mod was made by Poisey Libre here, and it just looks awesome. So if you're a fan of playing as a Dragonborn, here you go. PL Dirge Scale Collection. Next, we got ourselves February's heads. So it's the month of February. This is more heads. This mod was made by Hertz Wire here. I have way too many head mods installed. It wasn't letting me it wasn't working for me, but you can see them all in this image. So yeah, you can see there's some pretty nice looking heads here. So this is perfect if you're looking for something new and you're looking to add, I guess, a few more heads to the game. So 4 of them, as you can see, all through here. So yeah, these are nice. More heads, the better. 2 masculine, 2 feminine for body type 1 and for body type 2. So yeah, if you're playing with those body types, this is perfect. And finally, we got ourselves, this is a really interesting one. This is upgradable luminous armor. So if you don't know, luminous armor is Act 1 gear. It's great for radiating orb build. So this is what it normally, I guess this is slightly upgraded. So you can upgrade it. It's normally just a green rarity item. And with this, it continues to get stronger and stronger. So this will give it 16 armor class after its first upgrade, and +1 to spell save CC and spell attack rolls, and +1 saving throws. Armor class bonus is limited to +2. At the next level, it's still 16 there. And then it adds your full dexterity modifier and does not give disadvantage on stealth checks, and +1 to saving throws still. And then finally, it comes up to 17 armor class. So it makes it similar to the armor of agility. Big ups on that. I think it's awesome. Radiating orb builds are so much fun in this game. So being able to add your full dexterity modifier to the armor class is actually quite nice. So there it is. Those are the best mods of the week in Baldur's Gate 3's mod manager. Let me know which one you're most excited to try out, and hit that subscribe button below if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.